Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Classes Online. My name is Benjamin. Today's video is on how to write an informal letter, and our focus will be on a sample letter, 2021 West African Senior School Certificate Examination Preparatory Lesson. That's exactly what this video is about, and we are going to illustrate with a practical past exam question where I am going to show you how to write an informal letter in answer to a specific exam question. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on the channel, you will be instantly notified. Let's dive into the lesson right away. Now, what is an informal letter? Of course, you ought to know what an informal letter is. It is a letter you write to someone with whom you share a personal relationship. An informal letter is also called a personal letter, a private letter, or a friendly letter. Let's take a specific past exam question, and we are looking specifically at West African Senior School Certificate Examination of June 2003. All right, and the question is this: your brother is about to enter secondary school. Write a letter stating at least 3 problems he is likely to face in school and suggesting ways of solving them. So let's take a look at a few other things that you need to know, and then we go straight into showing you the steps to take in order to write a good letter. Now, we want to look at the features of an informal letter. Now, the first thing you have to write in an informal letter is the writer's address and date. Your address as the writer, followed by the date. Then the second thing is the salutation, or the opening greeting, if you like. For example, if you are writing to your father, you can write, "Dear Father." If you are writing to your mother, you can open with, "Dear Mother." If you are writing to your friend or brother, you can write, "Dear John." If it is to your sister, you can write, "Dear Sister" or "Dear Jane," as the case may be. Then the third part of the informal letter is the content of the letter, which can be subdivided into 3 parts. A, introduction; B, the body of the letter; and C, the conclusion. Then the fourth part is what we call the subscription, or the closing greeting. And one typical example is "Yours sincerely." Of course, you can come with other subscriptions, such as "Yours affectionately," "Yours ever," and so on and so forth. Then the last thing is the writer's first name only, and then a full stop. All right. The reason you write only your first name is that the person you are writing to is someone with whom you share a personal relationship. The person knows you and is familiar with you, so you don't need to begin to introduce yourself. The person knows you by your first name, so you simply write your first name. Now, having seen the features, let's now go and look at one other thing, the steps to take, and then we begin to take the steps. Now, you need to look at what the pre-writing stage of your writing is all about, and that is brainstorming and outlining. Brainstorming simply means to think critically about what you are going to write. You know, you need to plan. Everything, every good thing requires planning. So, and then outlining, we follow the brainstorming. So at the brainstorming stage, before you start writing, you need to identify exactly what you are required to write. And that is the content. Who are you writing to? You already identify that, and that will show you the type of letter you are writing to. In the one uh, we are going to illustrate with, you are asked to write a letter to your brother. And because you are writing to your brother, that shows you it is an informal letter. Now, if you are asked to write a letter to the Minister of Education in your country, now that shows you are going to write a formal letter, and then the features of the letter will change. So the first thing you identify is the type of letter you are going to write, because that will affect the content. It will also affect the addresses and so on. Then the second thing is what you are going to write. All right, what you are going to write. This is very important. And that brings us to the outlining, because when you think of what you are going to write, then you jot down the points. All right, that is really very important. Okay, so let's now go straight. So now we want to look at the outline, and in our outline, we are going to jot down points to reflect the three parts of the letter. All right, the three major parts or three major subclasses of the content of the letter, which is the introduction, that's the first paragraph. It will contain the subject matter. And then the body of the letter will contain the points you are going to discuss, which should be at least 3 points, point 1, 2, 3. Now, when we begin to solve the past while question we are going to do, you will see that WAEC has a tradition of asking students or candidates to state at least 3 points. So the body of your letter or essay should contain at least 3 main points, and that will require 3 paragraphs. Then the last is conclusion, which is the last paragraph, you know, where you sum up everything and you bring your letter to a close. All right, so now that's what we need to see. Let's now go to the sample of the letter. All right, we have already looked at the features, so that is already true. But here we are going to illustrate with the past question, West African Senior School Certificate Examination of June 2003. Now the question is this: your brother is about to enter secondary school. Write a letter stating at least 3 problems he is likely to face in school and suggesting ways of solving them. Okay, so now let's begin to look at them, how we can write this letter in order to win maximum points. I mean, to score maximum points in the exam. Okay, so let's begin to look at it. Now, the first thing we look at here is the address. Now, look at the address and look at the dates. So you can see here, 22 Igwede Road, Sabo, Ojo, Lagos State, 25th August, 2012. All right, so you can see take note of the address. We have punctuated the address, and then we put a full stop where the address ends. Then the date begins, and you can see the punctuation again. After the months, there is a comma, and after the year, there is a full stop. Then comes a salutation. Because you are writing to your brother, you may choose to address him by his first name, Dear Kelechi, for example, or you can write Dear Brother. So whichever one you choose. Then comes the first paragraph. Now, the first paragraph is supposed to contain certain key ingredients that will enable you to win maximum marks. And in most cases, I always outline three major points. Number one is the subject matter. All right. Number one is the subject matter. That is what the letter is about. That should be number one. Then number two, well, let's take this a little bit up here so that we won't encroach on this. Number two should be your thesis. Number three should be what we call enumeration. At least these three key points are very, very important. All right, so let's leave it at this. All right, so these three major points are so important. All right. So I want you to look at these three main points, very, very important. Okay. Now, having looked at this, let's look at how we have taken care of these three major points. There are two ways of writing your first paragraph in an informal letter. You may choose to begin with personal inquiries. How are you? How is your business? How are the people at home? All these are acceptable. In an exam, you may choose to use the direct method because you want to make sure that you go straight to the point to pay attention to the content that the examiner has really asked you to address. So, and this is what we have done this. So we reserve personal inquiries and greetings for the closing part of our letter. So let's look at this. I was pleased to hear, well, let's have a spotlight. I was pleased to hear that you have been offered admission to Government Model College, Ojo. It is gratifying to see that you worked hard for the entrance examination and were able to make the list of new entrants to the school. Congratulations. So here you have actually tackled the subject matter. All right, you have tackled the subject matter. All right, the issue of the subject matter is taken care of here. Is that let me really get this quite clear. I don't want anything to confuse you here. So we are talking about this up to this point. You have taken care of the enumeration. Sorry, the subject matter. So let's all right. So you have taken care of the subject matter here. So that's exactly what you have in this place. The subject matter, all right? Okay, so I just want you to see this quite clearly. This is the subject matter. All right, so, and what do we mean by the subject matter? That is exactly the major thing that the letter is about. The letter is about the admission that your brother has gained to the university, I mean to the secondary school. So let me show you again the particular exam question we are handling so that you'll be able to understand what we mean by the subject matter. Look at it. Your brother is about to enter secondary school. Write a letter stating at least 3 problems he is likely to face in the school and suggesting ways of solving them. So the subject matter is your brother, gaining admission into a school and is about to, enter the secondary school. That's the subject matter. So when you start addressing this, then you are addressing the subject matter. I hope this is clear. Okay, so now let's look at the next thing that we have to look at, and that is the thesis. All right? Here is the thesis. I wish to let you know some of the challenges you are likely to face in your new school and how to overcome them. So you can see here, you can see exactly the thesis here. This is your thesis. All right, so I want you to understand this quite clearly. This is your thesis. So this is your thesis. All right, this is your thesis. Your thesis is the main idea, the main thing you want to talk about. And this is what the examiner has asked you to talk about. The examiner asked you to, share, to discuss the challenges your brother is likely to face, and how to overcome them. This is exactly what you have stated here. That is your thesis, the central message, the central argument, the major thing you want to talk about is your thesis. So let's now look at the next thing we are going to discuss, which is the enumeration. Although they are, well, okay, let's now, something is omitted here. Okay, so you can see although there are numerous challenges you are likely to face there, I shall, however, brief you on 3 of the most critical challenges: bullying, the temptation to join bad boys, and stiff competition with the best brains in town. Well, let's do a little correction here. You compete against, all right? Stiff competition against the best brains in town. So this obviously is your enumeration. Now, what is enumeration? You can see our enumeration here. All right. You can see our enumeration there. Now, enumeration is the lists. Enumeration is simply the lists of points you want to discuss. That is your enumeration. And so we have come up with a very rich first paragraph. I want to explain why you need to enrich your first paragraph. You know, most markers, that's people who will mark your scripts in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination or other external English exams. Some of them may not have the patience to read everything you have written in details before awarding you the marks. And the secret is this: they are paid according to the number of scripts they mark. So they won't want to spend too much time on one script because they want to earn as much money as possible. If they are able to mark 1,000 scripts and they multiply it by the amount they are going to be paid, they make a lot of money. So they may not likely have all the time in the world to read every statement you have made. Some of them may pay more attention to your first paragraph and your last paragraph and may just skim through the other paragraphs. So you have to ensure that your first paragraph, which by the way is the first contact, the first place that the examiner or the marker, really gets to know what you have written. You have to impress him from that moment. So you include the most important things that he has asked you to do in this first paragraph. And by the way, all these three major ingredients are very critical, ingredients that are needed to make a good paragraph of any piece of writing: the subject matter, the thesis, the enumeration. Sometimes you may include the intro. Once you have enumerated, then you can say in the following paragraph, I am going to discuss these points one by one. Well, that is optional. All right, you may just, since you have put the three most critical ingredients in this first paragraph, then you can now move to the next stage. Okay, so far we have been able to see what we are supposed to do and which we have done in this sample. So let's now go to the body of our letter. All right, let's go to the body of our letter, which is the second, the second paragraph. Now, in the second paragraph, what we are going to do is to take our first point. The first point we stated in our enumeration is bullying. So we take our first point here, which is among the points we have listed in our outline. So we take it and then we discuss it in paragraph 2. We will take as point 2 and discuss it in paragraph 3. Then we will take our point 3 and discuss it in paragraph 4. So now let's take care of this first point. And you can see the beautiful way we start here. We start with what is called the topic sentence. The topic sentence is a sentence that contains the main idea you are going to discuss in each paragraph. And it is always important to ensure that you discuss only one main idea in one paragraph. The next main idea should be discussed in the next paragraph. Another main idea should be discussed in another paragraph. So let's see how we do it here. This is our topic sentence. The first likely problem is bullying. Of course, if you may start with a connective. You can say first, or you can say to start with, you are likely to face the problem of bullying, but it is acceptable. We are starting with this simple sentence. The first likely problem is bullying. Now, once we have stated the topic sentence, all the other sentences will be supporting details. And the aim of the other sentences will be to support or to buttress the point we have already raised here. Let's see how we have done that in this sample. It is a well-known fact that the senior students in most government colleges have the tendency to bully their juniors, especially new entrants who are often called such derogatory names as toads, tadpoles, and so forth. You see, you have now explained the problem. What do you mean by bullying? What is this challenge exactly? Then you explain what it is, and then you explain how your brother is going to overcome it, which exactly is what the examiner has asked you to do. Now let's go further. Those bullies in the senior classes are likely to send you on all sorts of errands with a view to punishing you if you disobey. You are explaining the nature of the challenge. Now, you are now going to profile solution. How is he going to overcome this? You will need many doses of patience to cope with their menace. All right? Be level-headed and encourage yourself with the fact that it's just a matter of time and you will become a senior too, or you will become a senior yourself. All right, so you can see how we have been able to discuss this first challenge. First, we name the challenge in our topic sentence, and secondly, we discuss this challenge, we define the challenge, and then we provide a solution. And that is what we are going to do with the remaining two challenges. So let's see how we do that. But let's do away with this so that we don't get confused. So here we come to paragraph 2. This is our paragraph 2. Again, we are starting with our topic sentence. Don't forget that in our enumeration, our second point is the temptation to join the bad boys. And we have included it in this first sentence, which is our topic sentence. All right, so then let's see what we have done in this sample. Another problem is the temptation to join the bad boys. There are bad eggs everywhere. You are now explaining the problem, what this means, this challenge. There are bad eggs everywhere, but the situation in government schools nowadays seems to be the worst. I am not sure of the situation in your new school, but it is common nowadays to find government school students who are smokers, drug addicts, cultists, womanizers, homosexuals, and in some cases, armed robbers. You see, you are painting a picture of what you mean by bad boys. That's a real challenge. The temptation to join these people who are really bad, all right? Now, such people are not interested in studying their books. Their stock in trade is luring other students into their evil activities. Remember that both that you have now explained the problem. the challenge is the temptation to join them. They will want to lure you to join them, all right? Then you are now coming with a solution, how he is going to overcome this problem. Remember that both dad and mom have frequently admonished us with this portion of the Bible. Evil communications corrupt good manners, all right? Shun evil friends and make friends only with well-behaved and serious-minded students. You see, you have explained the problem, you have named the problem, you have explained it, and then you have provided a solution to it. So this is really how to write. Step by step, you can see how to write in order to win maximum marks. So this is really what I intend to teach you in this important video. If you follow this and you replicate this in your exam, you will win maximum marks. Okay, so let's now go to the third point, which is stiff competition against the best brains in town. Another challenge is going to meet. And then again, you come with the topic sentence, which is the first sentence. Well, it's not a law that your topic sentence should always come first, but at this stage of your writing career, it is always better to make your topic sentence the first sentence so that you can handle it logically, all right? Once you state it, then you come up with the evidence or the support, and then you provide solution. That will be simpler than using an episodic method, which you may not be able to handle at this stage. All right, so let's follow this simple method. Now, here comes our topic sentence. Apart from this, of course, this connective, you can choose any other one. You can say above all, or you can say finally, all right, or you can say moreover, or you can say furthermore, all right? So apart from this, you can also say additionally. So that these connectives are important because they play the role of linking your new idea to your previously stated idea. And that makes your writing coherent. Your ideas are interconnected, and that actually makes it coherent. Now, apart from this, you are likely to face very stiff competition against the best brains in the town. This is topic sentence. We are now going to explain what we mean by this. Now, this is because the government college has the history of admitting the most brilliant students from various primary schools in town. All right? As a result, someone who used to be the best in his old school might find himself just a little above average in the new school. So you are stating the problem because entering this government college, you are going to meet other brilliant boys from other places. So if you don't work hard enough, you might even come last in your class. Whereas in your previous school, you might be doing exceedingly well, being among the top 3 or top 10. If you face competition against other extremely brilliant boys from other places, you might begin to lag far behind. So that is a challenge. Now, what this means is that you must work hard. Now you are providing a solution, how your brother is going to overcome this challenge. What this means is that you must work hard in order to come top in your class. Remember that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. This is the time you need to take your personal timetable very seriously. You see, you have provided a solution. You have advised your brother on how to overcome this challenge. Now, because, the solution to these challenges is part of what the examiner has asked for. There's nothing wrong with devoting an additional paragraph, if you have the time, to placing more emphasis on what your brother should do to overcome these challenges. After all, the aim of this letter is really to ensure that your brother does well in the new school. So you can say, above all, Kelechi, prayer is the master key. Here you are now introducing a new angle, bringing the spiritual angle more, completely here. I mean, more prominently here. So remember the words of Christ in John chapter 15. Without me, you can do nothing. Therefore, you will need to work and pray in order to overcome all the challenges. So you have really made this recommendation very prominent. And once you are through, because you have reserved your greetings and inquiries for the last, the closing part of your letter. So in this case, you are now going to make inquiries here. And so you say, how are you? I do hope that you and the people at home are, well, let's use the spotlights. How are you? I do hope that you and the people at home are all well. Greet Dad, Mom, and Ezichukwu for me. Give my regards to all your friends there as well. All right? Then you close with, take care of yourself. Now we come to the closing here, I mean the subscription. You can see the subscription. This is an informal letter, so take care of yourself is a good expression. All right? Then having done this, you now come with your subscription. Yours sincerely, comma, Ifeanyi, full stop. So this is exactly how to write an informal letter. And this is where we are going to draw the curtain in today's video. I hope you have been able to follow this discussion. I hope you have followed from the beginning. We actually looked at how to write an informal letter, and we came up with a sample to show you step by step how to do that. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you followed. We looked at what an informal letter is about. We looked at the features. Then we looked at, of course, the features here. And then we looked at the pre-writing, which includes brainstorming and outlining. And of course, we looked at an outline, what it is likely to be. All right. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, truly, like the video and share the video with your friends and relations. Don't forget that if you have not subscribed to this channel, the time has really come for you to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video goes live on this channel, you will be the first to be notified, and you will have free access to all the videos we upload on this channel. I want to thank you for being part of today's episode. If you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Take time to explore the description section in this channel. You will find a number of related videos videos that will teach you other topics, that may be helpful to you in achieving proficiency in the use of English. Now, there's a new channel we have started, which is AB Digital Tech. AB Digital Tech. I'm going to leave a link to that video in case you want to learn, aspects of digital technology. You want to learn digital skills, high-paying digital skills, top high-paying digital skills, digital solutions. And when we are talking about digital, we are not using a strange term. Online business is a digital business, all right? So for you to build your online presence, it is building your digital presence. All the activities associated with how you can make money online. That's what we mean by digital technology. And that new channel is about that. It's in response to, the yearnings and aspirations of most of our viewers and subscribers, especially those who are more interested in learning how to make money online. And some are interested in how they can also begin to do the things I am doing in this channel, how to create a new YouTube channel for themselves, how to create a blog, how to create a website, how to edit their own video, how they can write their own, create their own content, how they can create a new, ebooks that they can sell and make money, how they can create other digital products that can fetch them or earn them money online, how to create multiple streams of income. Now, all these and many more are discussed in that channel. That channel is purely devoted to digital topics and how to make money online. Anything that has to do with how to start your own business online, how to make money online, that is what the new channel is about. So I want to thank you. You can check out that new channel. We will appreciate it if you also support the new channel. And those of you who have given us massive support on this channel, I want to say a big thank you to all of you. We couldn't have done this without your support. It is with your support that we have been able to reach the 1,000 subscribers mark on YouTube. We have gone beyond that within a short time, and it is just because of your support. So I want to say a very big thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye for now. And